Well guys, I am finally walking my first few steps on the PCT. There aren't any incredible views or anything yet, but just to know that I'm finally out here, that my feet are on the PCT is just wild. So I'm hanging out at mile 4.4, just got my full fill of water. First water filtering of the PCT. I met a ton of other hikers getting water here, like 7 or 8. Only 2 of them were section hikers, the rest were through hikers. Everybody's been so nice. So yeah, it's good. I thought I'd talk a little bit about kind of how I got to the trail. So I flew from Jacksonville to San Diego. I was supposed to come from Gainesville, but my flight got canceled last minute. So changed to Jacksonville and came over. In San Diego, I met up with an unofficial trail angel, someone who I met on social media who, found my page and offered to give me a hand. She got me from the airport. She showed me a good time in San Diego last night, kept me at her house last night, and then brought me to the trailhead this morning. So she was awesome. Thank you, Jen. I really appreciate it. You gave me such a good start. So yeah, I started at about 10 o'clock this morning. I'm hoping to go like 8 to 10 miles, but I'm not pushing it. I feel good right now, but just gonna see how it goes. And I was so nervous, like seriously nervous in the last couple of days, and like last night and this morning, like just thinking, what am I doing? I don't want to be away from my family for 6 months. I can't do this. I'm not prepared, blah, blah, blah. But pretty much, and as soon as I got on the trail today, I felt better, and just happy to be here. So the nerves are settling. I'm meeting people that are really nice already. I'm only 4.5 miles in, but yeah, I just feel a lot better now that I'm on the trail and doing this. So let's keep going. This huge thing, and 2.75 more liters, so my pack's pretty heavy. Working on a little climb, so I'm a bit out of breath, but I've come about 7.5 miles or so. I just passed Dan and I think Melissa camped out a little bit back down the trail. I've decided to keep going a little bit, not very much farther, but the sun is going down and it's breezy and starting to get cool and feels much better than it did this afternoon. So I'm happy to keep hiking a little bit. Whew, oh boy. I should have camped back there. Oh well, too late now. Well, it's certainly not perfect, but it'll do. I'm too tired to go further, so. Well, this wasn't an easy spot to set up in, but it's pretty beautiful. Well, I have finished one day on the PCT. I am exhausted, but I'm feeling good about being out here, and I went 8.3 miles today, and I'm totally fine with that. So yeah, it just feels good to be out here, good to be at camp. I'm about to cook some dinner and do a couple little things and go to bed. Jen, thank you for this orange. I'm about to enjoy it very much from right here. Good morning, guys. So had a pretty good night and got on the trail at about 7 o'clock, and just gonna do the best I can, hike as far as I can. My anchor charger isn't working, so unfortunately I can't be filming too much until I figure that out, because I can't charge my phone or any of my devices. So the views just get more and more beautiful. I am loving it. Well, just taking a break. I just got done coming down a pretty long hill down to, I think it's Hauser Creek. So yeah, now I'm at a sunny spot, and I'm drying my things out and gonna have some lunch and maybe a nap. Well, I took a siesta near Hauser Creek, and now I'm making the climb down from there to Lake Marina. I don't know if I'll make it tonight, but it's quite a climb. So it was a beautiful day of hiking, but a hard day of hiking. I almost thought about trying to go all the way to Lake Marina, but I was getting to the point where even after breaks, I just wasn't getting very far. I was pretty tired, so I decided to set up camp. I think about mile, I don't know, 17 and a half, like 2.5, maybe 2 miles from Lake Marina. So in the morning I can get up and have breakfast, and should be there well by lunch, and have a hot meal, and maybe do some things there in the afternoon, get a shower, get some food at the convenience store, and head to Mount Laguna. So I'm feeling good. I'm just tired, and decided to call it early today, not push myself too much. And I'm just gonna chill. In a little while I'll cook dinner, and that's about it. Well, good morning, guys. It's the morning after my second night on the PCT, and it was cold last night. There was frost on my tent this morning, but I slept pretty warm in my puffy and everything. I think I made the right call to stop early and start resting early yesterday, because I slept like 11, 12 hours, like super hard. I mean, on and off, but I slept like a rock for many hours, and I feel refreshed. So I'm going to Lake Marina. I just got a shower and I am feeling glorious. how the terrain is pretty coasty, and now that I have everything charged, I thought I'd fill in some gaps that you know, I didn't take the time to film because I was worried about the battery life of my phone the last couple days. But the water situation from the start was that there was a good water source at mile 4.4 and then nothing until Lake Marina. So I filled up at 4.4, all 5.75 liters. So my pack was super heavy, and it ended up being just enough. You know, I was empty when I got to Lake Marina today, and I skipped, you know, a hot breakfast and coffee this morning because I didn't really have enough water to cook. I only had like my one small bottle. But from here to Mount Laguna, the water situation is much better. I won't have to carry more than 2.75 liters at a time, I don't think. So that's good. Temperatures, it's been hot during the day. I think it was like 85 the first day, and a little cooler yesterday and today. But at night it's been pretty cool. Both nights my sleeping bag has been wet from all the condensation. I've camped high both nights at the top of climbs. So there's that. And then this morning my tent was actually covered in frost. So it got pretty cold last night, but I've actually been sleeping super well. I guess the trick really is exhaustion. So that's been going fine. I'm meeting lots of nice people on the trail. Honestly, pretty much everyone has just been so nice. Getting to know a few people. I'm not really like hiking with anybody, but you know, there's some people who I know by name now that, you know, I pass them and then they pass me, and you know, we might stop and take a break together or whatever. Like I said, I definitely talked to a lot of people at Lake Marina today. But yeah, I feel really good. It is very difficult physically, especially on the climbs. I've kind of been taking it like literally go 20, 30, 40 feet, stop until my legs stop screaming and my heart rate slows, and then go 20, 30, 40 more feet, and so on. So, you know, that's kind of rough, but just one step at a time. And I'm happy with my progress. I'm not pushing miles. I'm just doing the best I can and trying not to overdo it. And I'm just gonna keep going. So here we go. Next up is Mount Laguna. I'm expecting to camp 3 more nights and then hit Mount Laguna on Wednesday. Today's Sunday. And that's the plan. So I feel like this is kind of an understatement, but I'm just really enjoying the beauty of the trail right from the very start. Well, once you get out of Campo, it's just gorgeous. I mean, I know it's totally unfamiliar to me, and maybe to some people this is just their backyard, but I'm just in awe of it, really loving it. And that really helps with motivation too. You know, a tough climb is easier when you have a beautiful view almost always in front of you or behind you. So that part, I'm just soaking it up and just really, really enjoying it. Well, just taking a break and having a snack. It really does not get any better than this. I mean, look at that. Kind of a total change of scenery here. Well, I had pretty much decided not to go all the way to Boulder Oaks today because it was a little far, but it's looking like I might have to. It's only 0.7 miles away, so it's not terrible, but for the last 2.5 or 3 miles, the PCT has been going through private property or right next to private property, or, you know, right next to the road, which I am right now, or right next to people's homes. And so I don't really want to camp near any of those kinds of places, not just because it's not technically permitted, but because I don't feel safe. You know, I'd rather camp with the animals and near where all the humans are in clear view. So I got water at Cottonwood Creek in case I can stop before Boulder Oaks, but looks like I might have to do that. It's like a little after 7. Got my headlamp out just in case, but it's okay. Well, good morning. It's day 4 on the PCT, and I just left Boulder Oaks. It ended up being a good thing that I did go all the way to Boulder Oaks last night. There were other people camped there, other PCT hikers. Nice place to camp, pit toilets. And while I was setting up my tent in the dark, some other hikers said, hey, you know, there's some trail magic over there if you want to check it out. And, you know, I'm kind of shy and antisocial sometimes, and I was hesitant, but I also didn't want to cook. And the guys said they had hot dogs. So I was kind of feeling shy, but I went over there, and there's Dan and David, a couple guys I've met on the trail and really like. And so I was instantly relieved to see them there, people I knew. And anyway, sat around and enjoyed some really awesome trail magic. Alex hiked the PCT last year, and she was in her van. So she fed me well, and she had drinks. I mean, she was just awesome. And then this morning, she had breakfast for us again. And she wouldn't, you know, accept donations. She was just so sweet to do that for us. It was really a treat because I definitely didn't feel like cooking last night. And I enjoyed hanging out with the other hikers, and, you know, it was just a good time, actually. Now, I did freeze my butt off last night, like totally froze. Hardly slept at all. But I don't know if it was just because I was tired or what. Dan said he didn't freeze. He thought the night before was colder. So anyway, but I'm back on the trail. The new plan is to try to make it just one more night between here and Mount Laguna, because it's only 14 miles to Mount Laguna. So 7 or 8 tonight, and, you know, then depending 6 or 7 tomorrow, coming to Mount Laguna and plan to take a 0 rest up. So we'll see how it goes. Well, this section isn't my favorite, but it can't all be beautiful backcountry. Well, I am definitely feeling the sleepless night and day 4 of hiking kind of fatigue. Doing okay, but I'm tired today. So now it looks like the trail winds around, and then on that other hill it goes flat or down for quite a ways. So if that's true, I'm pretty excited. A break here along the trail. I've come 3.3 miles from Boulder Oaks and it's like 11:10, so I'm moving slow but fast enough. I only need to make it like 7 or 8 miles today, so yeah, doing good, soaking up the sun. I was going to hike down to Kitchens Creek down there to get some water, but decided against it once I started going down because it's a pretty treacherous climb down and I'm already tired, so didn't think that was a good idea. But there should be water here along the way. If nothing else, I can stop at Sibbets. I wasn't planning to go the extra 1.6 miles round trip to go to Sibbets tonight, but I could if I had to, and I probably have enough water to last me until tomorrow morning anyway. So anyway, I'm feeling pretty tired today. I'm moving really slow, like shuffling along. I think it's starting to catch up with me. But just, gonna try to take it slow, take it easy. When I get to Mount Laguna, I have an Airbnb tiny house lined up, so should be able to kind of rest and relax and maybe soak in some Epsom salt bath and eat some good food and hydrate and roll out my calves and my feet and all that good stuff. So yeah, I'm feeling it. I'm tired, but I'm doing okay. Hey darling, he's a big guy. So one thing I'm learning about the desert is, though it may be hot, there is always a cool breeze, if not a downright strong gust of wind. Well guys, this is a big moment. I made it to the first big landmark of the trail, the explosive ordnance sign. Well guys, I'm at camp on night number 4. Tonight I passed Sibbets campground where I know a lot of people were camping and decided to not waste that 1.6 extra off-trail miles to sleep there tonight. So I climbed a hill for about a mile and I'm camped at 33.4, I think. So I have less than 7 miles to Mount Laguna tomorrow. I have about a liter of water because I skipped the campground and I skipped the difficult to get to water source before that. Only have a little less than a liter, so no coffee or grits in the morning, which kind of stinks, but it is what it is. I go to town tomorrow and I can have all kinds of town comforts. Let's see. So last night honestly was pretty miserable. I did have a good time at Boulder Oaks with some other hikers and trail magic there and that kind of thing, but I froze to death last night. I barely slept at all. And I really felt it today, and it's just miserable to toss and turn all night and be freezing cold and not be able to warm up. Like, it's really miserable. So tonight I'm doing everything I can to not let that happen. I have a stealth site, I guess. It's not on gut hook, kind of in a circle of bushes, so maybe that'll kind of protect me from the cold wind. And let's see, I cinched in my quilt like as far as I can. Like, hopefully no draft will be able to come in tonight. When I got to camp, I immediately put on my warm clothes, my base layers, my puffy. I tied my fleece around my waist to keep my bottom and my legs warm. You know, instead of letting myself get chilled, I tried to get warm as quickly as possible. I made a hot meal, ramen noodles, but you know, it was nice and warm, tasty. And I'm getting to bed kind of early. I think it's maybe 7 or 7:30. I took a Benadryl, so maybe that'll help me relax and sleep. I hadn't been having trouble sleeping, but with it being so cold the last couple nights, that's been pretty hard. So I don't know, maybe it'll help. I'm just trying to set myself up to have a better night because I don't want another one like last night. So wish me luck. Oh, the other thing I did was pitch my tent so that the walls go down closer to the ground. I set my trekking pole shorter and I tightened up my guy lines before pitching it so that, you know, maybe I could keep some of the cold air out a little better than I have been. So cheers to a better night. I would say today, you know, I kind of hit a bit of a lull. I'd been pretty good until today, but I was tired. I'd had a rough night. You know, just, I don't know, just a little tired, I guess. That's really all. So that being said, I'm still okay. I'm still happy to be out here. Just gotta tough it through days and nights like that, and I know that, so that's what I guess I'm doing. But I do hope I sleep better tonight. Good night, y'all. So, little midnight update. My sleeping pad's slow leak is no longer slow. It's going out pretty fast. Like, I've had to reinflate it every, you know, less than every hour. And of course, the problem with it deflating is that it's no longer insulating. I don't really mind the ground as much. I can sleep on the ground, but it's just cold. So anyway, I just looked it over and I can't find the leak. I can't hear the leak. I can't see anything on any part of the pad. So not sure what's going on, but that sucks. It isn't as terribly cold as it was last night so far, so that's good. So, you know, we'll just play it by ear, I guess. I guess I'm just gonna keep inflating it when I get cold. So yeah, that sucks, man. So last night was insane. So I guess around 2 o'clock in the morning, I got sick of inflating and re-inflating the sleeping pad, and I wasn't sleeping, and I was just uncomfortable and restless, and I thought, you know, heck with this, I'm just gonna hike. So I decided to pack everything up and start hiking in the middle of the night, get to the water source and have breakfast there at like early in the morning, you know. Step outside and it's like pitch dark, no moon, no stars. It's freaking cold. So I pretty quickly changed my mind. I peed and went back to bed. Didn't sleep very much at all. Right after that, the wind picked up. I have never experienced such wind, except for maybe in like Florida hurricane, you know. I have been told that that's common in the desert, but it was ridiculous. I kept thinking, if the wind gets any stronger, my tent's not going to make it. I mean, it was just whipping my tent around like crazy, like something physical was just hitting it over and over. But it kept getting stronger, and my tent kept holding on, and I kept waiting for a line to pop, but it didn't. So I was pretty impressed and thankful. And then the rain came, and it didn't stop. So I got to take down camp in the rain and hiking to Mount Laguna in the rain, and it's freaking cold. So they can't all be good days. But going on 2 nights of pretty much no sleep, cold and wet, but I guess that's all part of it. So I just met Chip and Dale near a dry water source here. They were super cool couple from Virginia, but they gave me almost a liter of water, and I was so grateful. So that's awesome. That'll get me through if there's not water at the next source, but it'll give me a boost for now. So as he was leaving, he said the trail provides, and I guess it does. Well, I made it to the water source, and I made me some coffee and some grits, so I'm feeling better. The sun is coming out. I've had coffee, I've had hot grits, I've refilled my water, and life is good. Kind of a different look now. Nice and flat, which I like. First snow of the trail. Just a little bit. I'm almost to Mount Laguna. I'm enjoying the change of scenery here. Something different. I really am so tired, but I'm almost there. Almost.